Hey guys, welcome to Backyard Biggers. I'm Chuck. This is my first break video that I'm doing myself. Most people, when they go to break, they just want to smash it. They don't really care where they hit or what speed they hit it. You know, they just get in and they just crush it every time. Because you know, when you first start, that's basically what you're taught. Just crush the balls. I'm gonna get into 9-ball, 8-ball, 10-ball, and even one pocket. And I may even get into how to break on a straight pull. Alright, I start with a good 9-ball rack. I'm using the AccuRack, which is Outsville. That's my favorite rack to use. But, when I go to break a 9-ball, I'm using the 3-ball as the one because it's an old 3-ball and I got a mark on it, so I don't want to mark up my good balls. You know what I'm saying? So I'm using the 3 as the one, and that's what I'm using for whatever ball I break from. But anyway, so when I'm over here lining my shot up, I'm not just trying to hit the 1 ball. I'm trying to hit it in a specific point. And guys, don't forget, like, subscribe, and hit me up in the comments. Alright, this is the 9-ball rack as I see it. And where I'm aiming is where the mark is on the 3-ball. Get a little bit closer there. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to back up to where I break from. And you see that fine line on the 3-ball? That's my contact point. Alright, so when I line up the break, you know, I look at my contact point and I keep my stick almost level to the table that I can get. Now I like to use on 9-ball, I like to use a little bit below center. That way the cue ball can come back this way along with the 1-ball, which is the 3 in this case. And I'm not going to crush it. I'm just going to hit it maybe, this will be probably a 70%. I got a good spread. Got a good spread. I do have a shot on the 3. Let's move on to 8-ball. There's several different ways I like to break an 8-ball, but the one most recent is, I kind of stole this from Johnny Archer. I'm just going from diamond to diamond and doing like a box, and it's that dead to the box. And what I'm doing is I'm aiming at a specific spot. I'm not just hitting the 1-ball, which is a 3-ball here, just anywhere. I've got a specific point I'm hitting. Show you guys what I'm doing, where I'm hitting it at. Okay, this is where I contacted 3 at. I have a mark on it. And this is what it looks like from where the cue ball stands. This break I kind of stole from Johnny Archer. I like to take this diamond, and make like a box, and I put the cue ball where the box is. This is just what I like. Okay, I got the 3-ball mark, so I want to hit it. I'm going to hit the cue ball just below center. I don't like using top because usually if you use top, your cue ball ends up down there at that end of the table down there. I like to use a little bit of center. I'm talking about just a hair bit below. So I'm trying to keep the cue ball, probably in this area here. I use about 80% because I say 75 to 80. I don't want to take and crush it because the balls, they end up coming to the rail and they all come back and they cluster up. So really what you want to do is hit it to where they just spread out and just kind of bump the rail and come off a little bit. Alright, so I'm going to use center, a little bit below center, hit it about. Alright, I'm going to get into 8 ball with the second ball break. Alright, this is the way it looks where I set up the cue ball. I'd say it's about 2 ball lengths, or I would say it's the second ball position from the rail. Alright, and I've got my contact point marked right there. Basically I'm barely missing the 1 ball, so you have to be careful for contacting the 1 because you may scratch. And I'm hitting it with below center. I'd say maybe 2 tips below center. And all I'm trying to do when I hit it is draw it to the rail on my left. That's all I'm trying to do, just try to get the cue ball to the rail. A lot of people tend to overhit this and they all end up on one side of the table. Good break, good spread. That's a good second ball break. See where I broke them. Cue ball got back in the middle of the center of the table, and all the balls. Let's talk about 1 pocket. Okay, the break is a lot different because you want to hit it soft, but you got to get 2 balls to a rail, so you want to break without leaving your opponent something too. So I still hit the second ball like the 8 ball break. I have it marked about where I want to hit it. I mean, perfectly where I want to hit it. Here's the direct line from the cue ball. All right, I'm going to use actually a top English because I want the cue ball to kind of hug the other balls going down the rail. Like you got the 7, 11, and 9. I want the cue ball to be as close as I can to that so it don't end up scratching in the corner pocket down there. All right. This shot here, does this break? You can just use your playing cue. You don't need a break cloth or nothing. All right, this break shot here, you can just use your normal cue. You don't need a break cloth or nothing. You're not hitting it hard enough to do so. So like I said, just use a top English. And like I said, you got to keep in mind, you got to get 2 object balls to a rail somewhere. 2 balls got to a rail. Got a bunch of good line shots. Now it's your opponent's shot, so he's got to get to this pocket. So I left the cue ball over here. And that's my definition of a perfect 1 pocket break. Okay, let's move to the 10 ball break. Like I said, I'm replacing the 1 with the 3. That way I could put a mark on it. But this is my position that I like to put the cue ball. That's my personal position. This is the only break that I use that I don't use the rail. I'll put my hand on the table. All right. I'll show you my contact point. This is just a little bit off center because I got the cue ball off center. I want a good square hit on the 1 ball. Because you'll see from where I have the cue ball angled, you know, that point is just, you know, directly in line with it. All right, because my cue ball's a little offline, so I like to get a good square hit on the 3-ball. All right, this is the only break that I use my hand on the rail. I'm using, you know, a tip above center. And I'm crushing it kind of hard. I'm hitting it about, you know, 90% of my speed. And I just feel like that's the best break for me. All right, let's see what we can do here. Pretty good 9-ball break. I'm gonna try to run it out from here. Straight pull, kind of like one pocket. It's not a hard break, so you don't have to use your brake cue or nothing. But just the traditional break, you want to come off whichever side, but come off this corner ball right here. And which one? The ideal thing is to have the 6-ball come here, back to the rack. The 15 go here and back to the rack, and leave the cue ball down here. That's the ideal break. So I'm just going to come off the 6-ball with a top left hand English. Got to hit the 6 first. Okay. Let's start over again. Alright, I'm just going to touch on the straight pull. I'm just going to touch on the straight pull brake shot. Whichever side you brake from, like this, I'm going to hit the corner ball. It's a thin hit. I'm going to use top left hand English. Sorry. Alright. Let's go over the straight pull. Alright, let's go over the straight pull classic break. And what we're going to do is we're going to hit the corner ball with a thin shot. And I'm going to use top right hand English to get the cue ball to come around. And you want it to be around this corner pocket here. You want the 6 ball to go up and back, the 15 to go over and back, and try to leave basically another break shot for your opponent. Alright. So I just hit the 6 ball thin with a top right hand English. And that's about the best you can get out of this break. I mean, they have a tough shot on the 15. They're down here. I mean, that's probably the best break you're gonna get. All right, I'm Chuck, Backyard Billiards. Don't hit it. Hi, I'm Chuck with Backyard Billiards. Don't forget, subscribe, like, hit me up in the comments, and thank you very much.